Hey y'all. Hey Angie. Hey Wanda. Hey Sandra. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing on this blessed Tuesday? I had to think about what today is. Yeah, today is Tuesday. Earlier I had went, but it been raining every day. So earlier I went and cleaned my car out, and because it been raining every day, and I didn't get a chance to go and get my car detailed like I wanted to. So I just took it up on myself, and I went and cleaned my car myself. I don't really like going through the car washes, but I went through the car wash. I really don't like to, but it been raining every day. How y'all doing on TikTok? How y'all doing? How y'all doing on YouTube? How y'all doing on Facebook? Even though y'all haven't arrived yet. But anyway, hope y'all had a blessed day today. Today's topic is you got to be strong to be strong. Thank you, Queen. Um, so I was just driving in my car today. Happy Tuesday to you, TT. I was just driving. And can y'all show me some love? Can y'all show me some love every day? Just show me a little love. Can y'all just show me a little love by pressing the like? Oh, hey, Paul. Hey, Queen. Hey, black girl. By pressing the like button, by pressing showing me some love, show me some hearts or something like that. The topic for the day is you got to be strong to be strong. That's what I'm going to be talking about today, being strong. And a lot of us, I don't know, I can't speak for y'all, hey, Queen, but I can speak for me. On a day-to-day basis, I go through something almost every day. I go through anxiety. I go through depression from time to time. And I go through having thoughts, and I be trying to figure out why I'm thinking about stuff that has nothing to do with. I be thinking about stuff that I shouldn't be thinking about. Let's say that. So, like a lot of people ask, do you go to therapy? Have you ever went to therapy? Have you ever went to counseling? No, I never did none of that. I never did. I feel like when when it comes down to certain things, I I give myself therapy. I sit down and I think and I talk to myself and I try to figure things out on my own. Right? Hey Bonnie, hey Queen. Um, and I will say this. You got to be strong to be strong. Let me say this again for somebody in the back. In order for you to be strong, you got to be strong to be strong. I don't know about y'all, but some days I have good days. Some days I have bad days. Some days I don't want to be bothered. Even though it's days I don't want to be bothered, I still find the strength to come on here and give somebody a word of wisdom. And first of all, y'all, I want to say happy birthday to my son, Lil Corey, my baby boy. Today is his birthday. Lil Cole All Facts, aka All Facts. So happy birthday to my last born child, which is Lil Corey. Happy birthday, Corey. Mama love you. I pray that you see many more. Ask God to protect you from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. In spite of everything that we ever been through in life, just know that Mama love you. So happy birthday again to my son, y'all, my baby boy. But anyway, so today I got in my car, and today, of course, I went to pay a bill. But when I went to pay a bill, I was just thinking, because sometimes you could overthink, you know, but you got to be strong to be strong, because I don't know what's going on in the world right now. I don't know. I can't say I don't know what's going on. A lot of things is going on in the world right now. And I'm going to say this to a lot of y'all. The world is about to change. I can't really pinpoint exactly what's going to happen right now, because Jehovah haven't give it to me exactly what's going to happen. But I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all, the world is about to change. And I hope some of y'all be prepared. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we in a transition where the world is about to change. And a lot of people is being exposed. A lot of racist people is being exposed. A lot of racist people playing in our face because they feel like this been going on for decades and nothing really happened. So they still feel like they in power. They feel like they're going to continue to treat us like they've been used to treat our ancestors. But we got a lot of people that passed away for us to be free. And I refuse. I'm one of the ones that stand on the front line. I refuse to allow people ignorance to bring me back from where we used to be, if I'm saying it right. But it's a lot of things that's going on. Like, it's a lot of stuff that's still going on, even though all these young boys is being unalive, young women, black people, period, is being unalive. They still trying to call our hands, like saying, yeah, all this happened, all this then went on. What y'all gonna do about it? Now, let me make y'all see something. All right. It's one thing for all this to go on, and we can rant and rave. We could talk about it till we turn blue in the face. So my thing is, what is going to be done about it? Because to me, everything's still moving in a slow pace. Everything, hey, money, everything is still moving in a slow pace. So that allowed me to know, as a black queen, as a black phenomenal woman, that allowed me to know that they still believe that they have the power. Because there's no way possible that Kamala still should be sitting in jail when all these illegal things happened to put him in jail with 35 years. So I know how appeals work. He should have had an appeal and an appeal bond, and he should be out on bond. Okay. So, okay, that's one thing. And then we got the other situation with Nola. All right. We always talk about they had a cell phone and they did all this and all kind of, everybody got they say so about everything that's going on. So everybody got they say so. Everybody talking about what's going on and this and that. But at the end of the day, I see them talking and having interviews with everybody but the ones who is responsible for him no longer being here. I'm just saying, I see the friend was interviewed, the mom or the daddy, and the mother's friend when you get the cell phone. So we see all these interviews with all these other people. So when we gonna see a lot of interviews from, hey, Black, when we gonna see a lot of interviews from all the people that was responsible, that was on the boat with him? When we gonna see them being interrogated? When we gonna see them talking to them? How long is it gonna take? Because his funeral is Monday, but at the end of the day, when we gonna hear some people being arrested? When we gonna hear? Because y'all know, if it was the other way around, anybody that was involved or looked like they was involved was gonna be interrogated and was gonna be arrested. So you mean, hey Janice, hey Queen, so you mean to tell me his funeral is coming Monday and nobody's being arrested? It's okay for everybody to talk about it, but at the end of the day, to me, I don't see nothing happen. All I hear is everybody talking about, who paid for this and who paid for that and all this shit kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, all that's fine and dandy. But when we gonna see somebody with a clean, and when we gonna hear somebody being charged with stealing a cell phone, because nobody shouldn't have had to go get a cell phone, tampering with evidence, because whatever he had in his cell phone, they deleted. So when we gonna hear about somebody being arrested for taking a cell phone? When we gonna hear about somebody tampering with evidence? When we gonna hear about stuff like that? I'm just saying. And see, I'm just saying, my phone just went out on TikTok. I'm just saying, when we gonna see justice, and how long it's gonna take for us as Black people to get justice? See this? See, this not what I'm talking about. Now why is this? Nah, come on now. See, that's the games they play. When they want you to go and get a new phone. I ain't riding around with no dick in my car. Oh my God. So when they want you to go get a new phone, this what happens. Your phone just automatically just blank out. That's because they want you to go and buy a new phone. This is horrible. It really is. It's horrible. And I hate when that happens because at the end of the day, I be having a lot of people be on the live and all of a sudden the live just drop. And that's on TikTok. But we're going to get into TikTok. We're going to get into them and the stuff that they allow happen too on TikTok. So yeah, for the latecomers, hey Brandy, hey Sandra, hey, how y'all doing? I love y'all. So let me say this. Late at night, when some of y'all, I'm not gonna say it's late at night. It full day in the morning. So when some of y'all sleeping, hey Sharon, when some of y'all sleeping, I be up, and I want to thank y'all on TikTok. It wasn't my fault. The phone did what it wanted to do, because they control the phone. So when y'all sleeping, I be up from time to time. I didn't get a good night's sleep last night. I was tossing and turning for whatever reason. That happens sometimes. But anyway, if you go on social media late at night, for some apparent reason, the only things that's popping up on my phone is a bunch of racist stuff with blacks against whites against black, a bunch of white people ramping off, saying racist slurs and all that kind of stuff there. And I don't again, I'm going to say this. I don't know exactly. I can't pinpoint exactly what is about to happen, but a change is about to come. A change is about to come, and the world is changing. Anytime you go in the store to get a candy bar, and a candy bar is $2, the world is changing. They think they're in control, and a lot of people who think they're in power is no longer going to be in power. A lot of people is getting exposed, but at the same time, a lot of people is selling their soul for money. Even people that's losing their loved ones and losing their family and losing their friends. People is selling their soul for money. And it's sad. That's the world that we living in right now. 1 minute it could be about you losing your child, you losing your mama, you losing your daddy, you losing your sister, your brother, your sibling. It could be about that. But on the other hand, some people is losing their soul for $1. They'll be like, you know what? I'm ready to settle. I'm ready to get all this over with. Once they get money, they forgot that something bad happened for you to get this money. At the end of the day, I don't want it like that. I don't want to sell my soul for $1. Because what y'all need to know is that all the money in the world not going to get you in the kingdom. Selling your soul is not going to get you in the kingdom. And a lot of people think money buys peace, joy, and happiness when it don't. It can buy you temporary peace, joy, and happiness. But at the end of the day, the enemy could give you all the immaterial things that you want and make you feel like you're the happiest person in the world for a day or two, a month, a year. And at the end of the day, he coming back and destroy your whole entire life. Because once you give your life to the enemy, now in his mind, he owns you. He control you. If you don't know who you are and whose you are, the enemy gonna come after you and he gonna tempt you with worldly possessions, cars, money, house, clothes, jewelry. He gonna tempt you. And if he tempt you and you fall for it, now you belong to him. And a lot of people don't look at life like that. So in other words, the topic for the day is, like I said, you got to be strong to be strong. And I'm saying that because a lot of stuff that happened in my life, just think if I wasn't strong. I got to be strong to be strong. Even when I don't feel like doing certain things, I got to be strong to be strong. There's no way possible you could be strong if you ain't strong. And strongness comes from within. In spite of my imperfection and the stuff that I go through on a day-to-day basis, I still got to be strong. It had been time where I want to cry and I couldn't even cry. I don't know if some of y'all got to that point yet. Like you want to cry, but it's a different feeling when it don't hurt no more like it used to hurt. See, when you get to a point in your life where things take a toll on you and you done been wounded and you done been busted and disgusted, you done been hurt so many times you done been let down by so many people, you done been stabbed in your back and all that. So now you to the point in your life where nothing nobody could do to you can surprise you. If somebody that you really, really love hurt you, it shouldn't be a surprise because somebody that you love didn't hurt you before. See, you haven't lived until somebody that you love dearly hurt you. Just live long enough, live to get to 60 like I am, and expect the unexpected. The people you least expect to hurt you is going to be the ones that hurt you. And it's out of your control. And you're going to be saying, not my daughter, not my son, not my mama, not my daddy, not my family, not my friend. The people you least expect to hurt you is the ones that's going to hurt you. If that haven't happened to you yet, live a little bit longer, and I guarantee you without a shadow of doubt, your turn coming. Hey, Queen Loretta, I guarantee you your turn is coming. Hey, Chocolate, because the world that we living in right now, see, when you don't know no better, see, when I was coming up, I didn't know about envy, jealous. So I didn't know nothing about none of that. I didn't know people really could be jealous of you and dislike you for no reason. I didn't know nothing about none of that. When I was in a wilderness in the world, I didn't know anything about people being jealous and disliking you. Now that I'm older and I can identify a jealous spirit, I'm like, damn. I felt good not knowing that people was jealous of me. Now that you can identify, it's unbelievable the people that don't like you for no apparent reason. If you sit around and try to figure out why people treat you like they treat you and try to figure out why our family, our children, our mother, our brother, our loved one, our grandchildren, if we sit around and try to figure out why they treat us, we've been lost our mind. We've been lost our mind trying to figure out why my daughter doing me like this, why my son doing me like this, why our grandchildren are a replicate of their parents. They're only doing what they was taught. We wasn't taught that. We was taught that children should be seen and not heard. That's how we was taught. But now y'all having conversations about your mom, about your daddy in front of your children, and you talking about your parents in front of your children. Now you got your children acting just like you. And that's not cool, because that's a bad spirit. That's a demonic spirit that you passing down to the next generation. Hey, Darren, why would you pass spirits down to generation after generation after generation? That's what's going on right now in the world with our kids. They teaching our grandkids how to mistreat us and other people. So they setting them up for failure. Because I want to teach my grandchildren how to love and respect and honor, obey people. But I also want to teach them and let them know while they still young that everybody's not your friend and you can't trust everybody. But the ones they can trust, you can trust the grandmas from the old school, Janice. They can trust us. But they got a shield in front of their face because the enemy trying to block them from seeing that they got a loving mother, a loving father. They got loving people that really, really love them. So guess what? What the enemy gonna do is, well, I'm gonna block you from seeing that you got a mother that really, really love you. You got a daddy that really, really love you. So I'm gonna allow you to self-destruct. Because without us, y'all like cornflakes right out the milk. Dry. But you know what? All that come along with God showing us that at the end of the day, did not tell you to fall back. Did not tell you not to do no more. They showed you who they was the last time and you still went back and helped them again. And what you thought that was going to change you? You thought that was oh yeah, us as parents, we thinking, well, you know what? That's our grandkids, that's our kids. They represent us, and we want to see them with the best, and because we want about what the naysayers and how they look at our kids. Our kids don't give a damn about us. All they give a damn about is how if we beneficial. If we not beneficial to them, they don't give a damn about us. And that's the trick of the enemy. That's the trick of the enemy. Anytime they got the youngsters out here saying, we don't owe y'all nothing, and we ain't owe y'all nothing either. But we did what we were supposed to do as parents. And then we did things that we didn't have to do as grandparents. And now, y'all gonna turn the grandchildren against us too? You already done showed your ass. You already done allowed me to know what type of person you is. Y'all rather help a stranger and be there for a stranger and go all out your ways for stranger than to be there for the people that made sacrifices that almost destroyed their life for y'all. But y'all rather be there for everybody but the ones who been there for y'all. Oh, but karma is right around the corner. All y'all gonna get y'all just due. All y'all kids that's thinking y'all disrespectful, them same children that y'all teaching to hate, disrespect, dishonor, them same children gonna turn around and do y'all the same thing that y'all doing to us. That's why he say, do unto others as you have them to do unto you. But of course, us as young adults and older adults, see us, older people, like they be saying, the older people, see, we got wisdom and we got love and compassion in our heart, because at the end of the day, we know karma is real. Y'all got to get to know karma is real. And y'all gonna find out sooner than later. And guess what? God is strengthening our heart. He ain't hardening our heart. He's strengthening our heart for what he about to bring some of our kids through. Oh yeah, it's gonna hurt. He not gonna unalive them. Oh, but he gonna belt to ass. He gonna chastise them. And they ain't gonna like it. Y'all not gonna like it. And see, some of y'all parents who going along to get along, who not teaching. They got one young lady that be on TikTok, and I think she be on IG. I don't know if it's a game, because to me sound like it's a game, and she think it's cute. The little boy talked to her like a dog. Her son called her all kind of bees, and she said he ordered stuff all on the credit cards and all that, and he said that's what I want. And she told him he couldn't have something in the store. He opened the shit up and poured it all on the floor and all that. Called her all out her name, and she just like, girl, I don't know if that's a skit. I don't know what's going on with you, but at the end of the day, there ain't no cool shit, because coming up in our days, baby. I just have to take my L and go to jail, and they have to come handcuff me if one of my children grown, young adults. My baby boy just made a birthday today, and I'd be damn if I let him talk to me any kind of way in a wheelchair. I'm pulling up. I'm rolling up on sight. You gonna handle me some kind of way on the phone? I'm pulling up. So whatever I got going on with my girls, whatever they got going on with me, they could stay over there, and I'm gonna stay over here, because if I pull up and they ever feel the need that they want to disrespect me, I'm jumping out the wheelchair. On God. So they know how far to go with me. Now hanging up and blocking me and all that shit there, all that shit fine and dandy. But when you see me, you better not play with me. I'm not the one. Mama in the chair, out the chair. You gonna respect me in a wheelchair, and you're gonna respect anybody around me. How about that? So y'all could be on the outside looking in, thinking they play them little games, don't talk to me and all that shit fine and dandy. But I bet you one damn thing, they ain't gonna raise their voice at me, and they ain't gonna disrespect me in my face. So if they feel the need, they want to walk by me like I'm a stranger, all that's fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, as long as they don't do nothing out the ordinary, because checkmate. And somebody was, what you'll do? I'm still, I was a mother first before I got in the wheelchair. And I'm still a mother. And I'm going to continue being a mother. And ain't no young adult child, grandchild, none of them going to ever disrespect me. Man, that song, Married a Little Lamb in a Little Lamb. I demand my respect from the wheelchair. And you mean to tell me a lot of y'all walking around and y'all letting these children handle y'all like y'all the stepchild? Wow. Go ahead on and do what y'all do, because at the end of the day, it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. I don't know, y'all some punk ass parents, some punk ass grandparents. Y'all feel like y'all could let these children and grandchildren disrespect y'all? Not I. When the law start putting parents, at the end of the day, let me tell you something. The law could be the law when it comes down to parenting. I don't give a damn what the police say, how they say. If one of my grandchildren or children disrespect me, I'm going to put belt to the ass. You just got to lock me up. Because I promise you, ain't none of them better not play with me. None of them better not disrespect me. They can hang up the phone. That's disrespect too. But I'd rather for you to hang up the phone than to go back and forward with me. Because if you go back and forward with me, I'm pulling up. I'm just saying. When I was growing up, you talk about call the police. Mama said, I'm going to give you something to call the police for. I'm going to give you a reason to call the police. I'm going to give you a reason to call the police. And better yet, I'm going to wait on them. Hey now, but nowadays, y'all won't go along and get along. Y'all won't be y'all children best friends and let them handle y'all some type of way. Well, guess what? Aunt Mays in a wheelchair ain't playing with her kids. All that shit on a cell phone, hanging up, blocking and all that, you can do all that shit you want. But if you ever feel the need that you feel like you grown enough to play with me in public, okay. Please don't ever try me. Don't ever try me. No nieces, no nephews, no children, no grandchildren. Don't ever feel the need that you feel like they used to tell us, oh, you smelling yourself? You smelling yourself. So if you smelling yourself, that means you could get knocked out. Now I call the police. Now I'm ready. So all that shit about being scared about them calling the police, go ahead on and call the police, because I'm going to sit and wait with the police. How about that? Who make the rules? Who made the rules that you can't chastise? I know the words say, spell right. So you're going to listen to the popo, you're going to listen to the word. Because he said, I'll never leave you nor forsaken you. He said, spell right. So I'm going to spell right. And if that means clean, okay, well, take me, because I'm going to spell right. I'm going to stand on what's right, whether they like it or not. That's the way I was raised. So all that shit they be talking on the cell phone and they letting the grandchildren disrespect and all that, yeah, y'all can stay over there down yonder, because at the end of the day, see, when they get in trouble and when karma hit them, we got to keep that same energy that they gave us. The energy that they gave us, now it's time for us to flip the script, because they're going to need us again. It might look like it's all fun and dandy, you know, but at the end of the day, we got to let God do what he do. We got chastised. I don't know about some of y'all, but I got chastised big time. I got chastised by Jehovah, and I got chastised by my grandmother and my mom. So when I got chastised, I took my lick. That's right, Janice, beat the ass. When I got chastised from Jehovah, and see, when Jehovah chastised them, Jehovah gonna give you a beating that you gonna be like, dang. I was like, Lord, is I'm ever gonna stop paying for what I did? Is I'm ever gonna stop paying for what I did? Because at the end of the day, if I knew I was gonna pay as long as I was paying for everything I did, I wouldn't have did none of that shit. But I did, and I can't go back. But I thank God for his grace and his mercy that allowed me to still be here. Because somebody, he gonna take his hands off. I told y'all this gonna be a nice hot summer for a lot of parents. And all us that love hard, that really, really love our children and grandchildren, this shit is out of our control. It's out of our control. We could cry a river. All we could say is, Lord, have mercy on their soul, because he about to deal with all these young people. He about to deal with all these young, disrespectful, ungrateful, deceitful, evil little children that we raised. He about to deal with them. And they ain't ready. They ain't gonna even see it coming. He gonna scare them so bad, they ain't gonna even see it coming. He don't care who you is. If you big and bold enough to disrespect your mama, your daddy, elderly people, and talk shit, talk about you fight the blind, the cripple, the crazy, okay, be big and bad enough to accept when they come back around. Oh, because it's coming. It's coming sooner than and then they won't be all tough like they don't care. Man, I don't care. Like they don't care. The children of today will make you feel like they don't care if their mama leave this earth today or tomorrow. Like, I don't care about them. They shows the world like we ain't shit. They shows their friends and their associates and their so-called friends. They show their ass and make them think we ain't shit. And that shit hurt. That's why I say the topic for the day, you got to be strong to be strong. Because some shit be coming to my mind. And I be saying, Lord, I don't want to think like that. I got to give myself physical therapy in my mind. Because some shit will come to your mind and it's out of your control. You ain't even thought about that. And you wondering, well, where this thought came from, because I wasn't even thinking about that. How you have a thought in your mind about something that you weren't even thinking about? I don't want to think about hurting nobody. I've been thinking about, I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to do nothing wrong. All I've been thinking about is I'm so afraid of doing the wrong thing. I don't want to do nothing wrong. And let me tell you, a lot of y'all women something. It's so hard when you're a woman and you have emotions and you have feelings. It's so hard when you go to feeling lonely. If you ever go to feeling lonely till that thought come to your mind and you know somebody wasn't no good for you and you know they ain't meant you no good, why the enemy won't make you think that this person wasn't all that bad? God damn. The enemy will come in your thoughts and make you think, oh, it wasn't that bad. I be damn. A person misuse you, mistreat you, but the enemy wants you to think it's you. Well, wait a minute. How could I get a thought in my mind to believe that all the while I've been the problem when I know damn well I wasn't the problem? And that's how the world, they paint a picture. Well, damn, and you've been married all them time, you must have was the problem. Well, damn. And you go to question yourself, and you know damn well you was a good mother and a good wife, and you did everything you were supposed to do as a wife, and here go the enemy and they dumbass comments saying, well, maybe it was you, and now you second guess whether or not you was who you know you was. I know without a shadow of doubt I was a good wife. But if you be on the internet and you read some of these comments, because they conflicted comments and all the shit that people be saying, but what we got to realize is that you damn if you do and you damn if you don't. You got people that like it and people that don't like it. And that don't like it don't give a damn if you was right. In their eyes, you was wrong. What I learned about, like, we can't make people like us. I can't make nobody like me. At the end of the day, all I could do is accept them, not like him, and don't give a damn. Don't force nobody to like you. Don't force nobody to love you. Don't force nobody to want to be with you. If it don't fit, don't force it. What about the people that want to be with you and you didn't want to be with them? What about the good men out there that you say, oh girl, he ain't good in bed, but the one that's good in bed, that's not good for you, that was good, felt good to you, wasn't good for you, and that's the one you want to be with? Why we always want what's not good for us? Been there, done. Why you always want what was not good for you? Why you keep on going back to something because it feel good? It might feel good, but that's not what's good for you. Oh yeah, he good in bed, but at the end of the day, he don't give you nothing. But the one who give you something, you don't want that one. You find all kind of folk in the one who won't treat you like you're supposed to be treated, but they ain't the one you want. But that's the one you need. But they ain't the one you want. Ain't that something how we always want the opposite? Oh, I want him. I like him. He a black boy. But the one who working a 9 to 5, the one who ain't got A-rap money, That's the one you don't want. You want the one on the block. You want the one that all the girls want. You want the one that sleeping with all the girls. You don't want the one that got a 9 to 5 that's coming home with a paycheck, but in your mind, they ain't enough. Make it enough. But I do realize that, y'all do realize that you got to crawl before you walk. And today I was in my car today, and I just was thinking, and I stayed, now it's me and it's one of my sisters. And we had a conversation, right? She my sister, my dad's daughter, but we had a conversation. And I said, our life, right? When it come down to finances, beautiful cars, and all that kind of stuff, immaterial thing, we good in that area. But when it come down to having a man consistently, having a good man, I'm trying to figure out what is the problem. What is the problem? How is it that some women get an opportunity to have a man and have a family and have a stable family, and some women don't? You go to question yourself, well, damn, man, what is the problem? I never thought in a million years that I would be by myself without a man. This is not the life that I chose. But I can't think and wonder why it's like this. Oh, but I have to realize and have to go all the way back. All the way back, even though he said, forgive them because they know not what they do. Out of all them good men and all them young boys, good boys and all that, and all them that then went on with their life and they happily married or in a marriage or in a relationship or whatever, all them young boys who wanted to be with me, I probably would have been married to them and we probably would have still been together. But no, I didn't want them. So now, years down the line, it's me and Jehovah. I could have still had Jehovah in my life, but I never thought I would have a companion laying next to me. I always wanted my life to be the family life. Me, the husband, the children, and the grandchildren. That's what I expected my life to be. I never expected me being home alone. I'm really not alone, but I'm without Jehovah, without a companion. And now I'm to a point in my life to where I would love to be with somebody, but I got a type and I'm not going to be with anybody and I'm not going to sell my soul. I don't want to do anything that's out of the will of Jehovah. I don't want, and at the end of the day, I don't know what's going on, but at the end of the day, you know, the little girl downstairs, her down there, she been like, little hormones been jumping. And I've been saying, Lord, please, can you just, I don't, you know, right now, I don't even want to think like that. I don't even want to worry about that, but I'm human. So at the end of the day, I still be thinking like, damn, I'm still human. And then I heard him say, I said, damn, I'm 60 years old. He said, it's still not too late. Because I'm like, damn, all these years that went by, and now I'm 60. And is it too late to get all the things that you want, all the things that you wanted your life to be? So you go to thinking and you be like, well, damn, you know, I know what I did as a young girl and all that kind of stuff there. And he said, forgive us because we know not what we do or whatever. I did all that as a young girl. And now that I'm settled and it's me and Jehovah, you go to thinking, I don't want to always be questioning Jehovah, why it's like it is. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't know how many more years I got to be here. Nobody know how long they're going to be here. But at the end of the day, I really want to enjoy my life, and I want to enjoy my life with somebody. I want to be with somebody, but I don't want to rush being with somebody. I want to make sure that person understand me. I understand them. We got trust, understanding, communication. But you got to be a very strong individual to deal with somebody like me, because at the end of the day, sometimes I might not even want to lay in the bed with you. I might want to go lay in the bed by myself and have a little me time. And it has nothing to do with the relationship, but sometimes I might just want to go in a room like the man cage, the woman cage, and have my thoughts and talk to Jehovah. Sometimes I just need a little separation where you can have a little me time with Jehovah, and I can have a little me time with Jehovah, and we can have time together with Jehovah. But sometimes you got to learn to give people their space. That's the purpose of a man having a man cage and a woman having her cage. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's 50-50. Like at the end, I respect your mind if today you don't feel like being bothered. But if you need me, I'm right in the next room. You can't just be in a marriage or in a relationship and y'all don't have the trust, the understanding, and the communication, and y'all not understanding one another. Because guess what? After a while, you know, when you get older, I mean, sex used to be a big factor. Well, the doctor said, I'm gonna tell you what the doctor said you live longer if you have sex every day. And I was like, well, damn. So what the doctor trying to say? I'm not lying to y'all. The doctor say you live longer if you have sex every day. So that means I need to get on the ball. Help us, Lord. Help us. The doctor did say that. I'm not lying. I'm not fibbing. The doctor said the more you have sex, the longer you will live. Because you exercising your body. You exercising your body. So that means, ladies, he said if you have sex every day. Now I ain't gonna lie, I don't want sex every day. I'm just saying. Somebody else might want sex every day, but every day? You mean every day? Can y'all get the likes up and show me some love? Just show your girl some love. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Now for the men, that's a different ball game. Once you get a certain age, for the men, the Viagra start working. It's gonna start working, and at the end of the day, so the difference between the men and the women is that all we got to do is just spread our legs, and at the end of the day, when some of y'all men get a certain age, y'all want somebody to work y'all with their hands, and that shit there, we'll go to getting arthritis in the hand. I'm just saying, we do have an advantage over y'all men. We really do. So at the end of the day, I feel like when men have too much of sex as they get older, then they start having a problem with their little penis down there. Because you done did it too many times and now you done wore it out till it don't even work like it used to. At the end of the day, somebody playing with you like that, man, that's a job. That's a job in itself. So we do have an advantage over men. We ain't got to put in a lot of work. All we got to do is just, move around and, do certain things. So we ain't got to put in all that work, but they got to put in work. Thank you, Queen. Yeah. To be strong, you got to be strong. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, for real, though. They be thinking they got the ups on us. They don't have the ups on us. We got to split. They got something. They got to work it. And it's very disappointing when our hormones jumping and we ready to go. We on go and they on slow. We on go and they on slow. I'm just saying. So I don't know how that works. But the doctor did say if you have sex every day, you live longer. I don't know. I don't know about somebody jumping my bones every day. Sometimes you got to miss it sometime a little bit. Not every day. Can you go every other day or every other day? Sometimes people just be tired and be like, you know what? I don't feel like being bothered today. You know, that'll be one of them days I'm going in the room. Yeah, just find you somebody that's going to accept your good with your bad. Once you got somebody that's going to love you unconditional and love you for you, then at the end of the day, y'all better stop mocking people that, you know, some of y'all men be mocking people, talking about they can't get up and all that kind of stuff there. Y'all better stop doing that because it's going to come knocking on your door. Believe that. I'm just saying. So if you're a man that been out there messing with a lot of women, hey, Miami, thank you. You're a man, you out there messing with a lot of women. Just know that sooner than later, when that thing start working, don't get mad at us. Don't be mad at us. So women, enjoy your life while you can. Because as you get older, they don't have but 2 humps. Some of them just have 1 hump. Some of them have 1 hump and they done. So we got an advantage over them. I'm just saying. They might not like it, but it is what it is. They got a little 1, little 2, and we mad. We disappointed. Little 1, 2, you know, you make it grip, you bite it. That's a wrap for him. It's over. It's deceased. It's that providence. I'm just saying, I'm being real. So y'all listen. So late at night, let me tell y'all what be going on TikTok. For some of y'all who be missing it. Boss queen. So TikTok is very biased. TikTok restricts you for dumb shit. So what I'm trying to understand is, thank you, Wanda, why do TikTok restrict you when you do some little dumb shit without a warning, or you might say the wrong shit? But why they don't restrict the men who be on there with a strap on? I'm just saying. And some of y'all women, I be reading some of y'all comments and I be saying, you know what? Now how I get dropped off over here? How I get dropped off over here? And TikTok be saying you restricted for this, from saying this, you can't say this. Well, why is it that these men on TikTok could wear them like them jogging pants, you know, the little thin jogging pants, and put a strap on and make the women think in their mind that that's all them down there? I'm just saying. So TikTok, y'all biased. Y'all really biased. Because at the end of the day, y'all restrict us from saying certain things. Hey, Big P. Y'all restrict us from saying certain things. But at night, y'all got these men on there and they showing they love fake private parts through their pants and all that kind of stuff there. And we know damn well, I don't know about some of y'all when y'all flap, I can't see the word. Y'all like this shit. But because y'all follow him, he'll come on there with his shirt off and take the shirt off and all that. Y'all like this shit. But me, I have to keep strolling. Because I don't want to see it. Because at the end of the day, game recognize game. See, when the men come on there and they add that on there with their jogging pants and all that, they get paid for y'all to keep on entertaining him and him and him. And you know what it allowed me to see and to know? That we got a lot of lonely women in this world. We got a lot of lonely single women in this world. Because they be inviting them to their house. They be inviting them, talking about, oh, I can't wait to see you and all that. And they're mine. And y'all entitled to think the way y'all want to think. But do y'all not know that's really not them? Do y'all really think that them men really have things like a horse? Do y'all? Come on now. Y'all really, really believe in y'all. So y'all in a make-believe. Y'all in a make-believe world. And they got these men all on TikTok showing their private parts and all that. Supposed to be their private part when it's really not. It's all about money. The same thing with Boosie and Telvin. I mean, not Boosie, Bossy. Bossy and Telvin. Telvin don't even give a damn about Bossy. But that's what's paying their bills. It's entertaining. A lot of people talked about Bossy, and Bossy be talking about a lot of people don't do this and don't take care of their children and all that. Everything that Bossy talk about somebody else, she not that. Bossy got so much to say about other people. And now that, but one thing I can say about Bossy, I'm not gonna take this away from her. I'm gonna be honest. Her self-esteem is to the roof. No matter what they call a little turtle and they make fun of her and all that kind of stuff there, she don't worry about what nobody say about her. She got self-esteem to the roof. And that's what I love about her, no matter what they say. But what I don't like is that at the end of the day, she got Telvin written across her whole chest, and it's all like fun and game. Because that ain't nobody that he really want to be with. It's all about content. It's all about money. And that's the way they make their money. By entertaining people. And people entertain them, and at the end of the day, they degrade her. But even though she knows she got a disfigure about herself, she talks about people too. So that opened the window for people to talk about her as well. But the internet either gonna make you or it's gonna, everybody is not built for social media. Everybody's not built for certain things. That's why I say the topic for the day, you got to be strong to be strong. Yeah, he is using her for content. But at the end of the day, a man or a woman could only do what you allow them to do. Telvin could only do what Bossy allow him to do to her. And no matter what you say, one minute they talking, the next minute they ain't. One minute he defended her, the next minute he talking about her, he make fun of her, he kissed her on the phone. Now let me tell you what he is. He a narcissist. He know how to bribe. He know how to make her feel good about herself. And that's what a pimp does. A pimp gonna get in your head. Once they get in your head, they got you. Once she put the tattoo across her chest, he already knew he got her. Because at the end of the day, he feel like he could play all type of games and she still, gonna be there. It's just a game that they playing. It's a game that a lot of people playing on the internet. Like they be battering all that kind of stuff there. All that's a game. All that's content. And at the end of the day, who make the rules? Y'all don't know somebody is behind every social media platform. Somebody is behind. So why is it that they got, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm gonna be honest about TikTok. TikTok, they got a lot of disabled people on TikTok. They got a lot of dysfunctional people on TikTok. They got a lot of people with disposition about themselves on TikTok. And at the end of the day, anything that's degrading, that's the ones that's making the money. If you come on there and people could degrade you and people could interact with making you feel small, because guess what? At the end of the day, everybody that has a dysfunction about themselves on TikTok is making money because people is degrading them. See, they can't degrade me because I carry myself in a respectable way. And I don't have a dysfunction about myself. But if I had a dysfunction about myself, I'd be making money just like all the rest of them. But at the end of the day, even though they making money, they still being degraded. They still being talked about. The little girl that she don't have no hands. She got a little arm and she don't have no arm, but she do everything with her feet. I love her attitude. I love her persona. And she's very independent. She's I'm gonna say self-sufficient. She was on there, I think last night or today, she was crying and said she don't understand why she was born like that. But at the end of the day, to say she was born with no arms, no hands. That little girl can do a lot of things that y'all take for granted. The things that y'all take for granted, she do. She put her clothes on with her feet. She used her little bit of arm. She dressed herself. She do a lot of stuff for herself. But today, I think it was yesterday or one of the days, she just felt overwhelming. And I had to tell her, I said, I love you, Queen. In spite of her imperfection, in spite of whatever going on in her life, God allowed her to be here. She a miracle to still be here. And I was saying in my mind, I wish they had somebody that was close around her to still even help her to be close around her, even though she's self-sufficient. Because you know how you press the like button on TikTok? Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's a little button some kind of way somewhere down there. I don't know. But anyway, she a beautiful young lady. But I was thinking, I was like, Lord, even though I'm in a wheelchair, I was just praying and saying, Lord, I just wish she had a close friend or somebody that, even though like me, like today, I went to the car wash. I vacuumed my car out. I wiped my car down. I cleaned the inside and I wiped the outside down and this and that. And they had one young man pulled up next to me. And he said, let me do this. But I was almost through. He said, let me do this. He said, I was raised the right way. He said, it wouldn't be right if I would stand up here and let you do this. And I said, the definition of a real man. He said, back up, I got this. And he vacuumed the rest of my car. But I said that to say, I don't really like people to help me. I don't want nobody to take my independence away. But at the end of the day, I'm still not going to reject nobody and make them feel no type of way because I know how to do certain things on my own. Ain't nothing wrong with you getting help every now and then. But everybody who tries to help me and they be like, oh, I'm trying to put my wheelchair in the car, they can't put my wheelchair in my car the way that I can put my wheelchair in my car. It's a certain way that I put my wheelchair in my car. And if somebody else put my wheelchair in my car, they're not going to put it the way I put it in the car. How do you become blue and green? What is blue and green? What is blue and green? So if y'all see me out on the street, at the end of the day, I'm not being nasty. I don't have a nasty attitude. I'm just being me. And being me is, I don't want nobody to take my independence away from me. When I need help, I ask for help. Their names, blue and green. Who is blue and green? So I try to do much as I can when I can. I cannot do everything. No, I can't. No, I can't. And I like things done a certain way. But I'm limited. I'm limited on, I'm a neat person, but I like all my clothes lined up a certain way. But I got 2 closets and they're not the way that I would want them to be. Angel and Sandra name. Oh, they're not the way that I would want them to be. But it is what it is. And you got to take the good with the bad. But the good outwears the bad. And a lot of things that I've been saying on TikTok too is a lot like racist. White people trying to destroy black people. And it's late in the morning, you see all this, and I'll be like, well, damn, how I get over here? And how I get over here? It's a lot of stuff that be going on 4 day in the morning. If you toss and turn and you open your phone up, you're going to see some stuff and you're going to be like, well, damn, how I get dropped off over here? And it's just crazy because at the end of the day, I look at life. Sometimes I just lay in my bed and I pray and I talk to Jehovah, and I can see things about to happen. A change is about to come. A change is about to come. Now, what kind of change is about to come? A change is about to come. But I do know this without a shadow of doubt. A lot of our younger generation is about to be chastised. The younger generation is about to be chastised. You know why they about to be chastised? Because they think they are in control. They are being controlled by immaterial things, by money, by clothes, by all the immaterial things. Right now, the youngsters think they winning. They really think they in control. The wicked really think that they winning in the wilderness, and they're not. So a lot of y'all, welcome to Have to Be More Careful. Okay, thank you, Tracy. A lot of y'all got to start praying for y'all loved ones, y'all children, and y'all grandchildren, and asking Jehovah to have mercy on them. The wicked is after our children and grandchildren. And if you're not teaching them wrong from right and you're not disciplining them in the right way, it's going to fall back on you. See, let me tell you something. The reason why I don't feel bad about my children acting out, my young adult children acting out toward me, is because I did everything that I could possibly do as a mother in a wheelchair. I did that. I taught them about the Word of God. I brought them to church on Sundays. I brought them to Bible study on Wednesdays. So out of all 4 of my children, not one of them could say that they don't know Jehovah. Not one of them could say my mama ain't never taught us about God. Because they know. So with that being said, he said, forgive them when they know not what they do. But when they know better, they're supposed to do better. So if you know the way you're treating your mama or your daddy is wrong, that means you willing to accept the consequences and the repercussion. You can't tell me that you don't know screaming, hollering, yelling, disrespecting your mama, your daddy, elders, talking back, disrespecting people that was here way before you, that's trying to tell you wrong from right. You can't tell me that you don't know no better. My children could never tell me they ain't know no better. Because I remember I was angry and mad at somebody and I was holding a grudge. And my same daughter, the one who got me blocked, I was mad at her. And she said, well, you taught us to forgive. So I had to think back on it. So I taught you to forgive and you forgave somebody else. But you don't want to forgive me for whatever reason. You holding a grudge against me. Now that's powerful. How can you forgive people that wasn't there for you? People that never did half of the shit that I did for you. How could you forgive all them people that fight against your mother, that did everything and gave you everything that you could have possibly wanted in your life? You holding a grudge against your mama, but you forgive the enemy for hurting your mama. Wow. Y'all done lost your damn mind. You forgave the woman that almost unalived me, your mother. You forgave her. But you holding a grudge against me. You still mad at me because I asked you a question about your baby shower? Is that enough for you to block me because I told you that God don't like that? So I don't get the opportunity to see my grandchildren only because I told you God don't like that. But you forgive everybody else. And everybody, all these different spirits and all these other people around my grandchildren. But even though you block me, what that got to do with me and my grandchildren? So you ain't only hurt me with you, now you're using my grandchildren as a weapon because you blocked them from seeing me and getting the love that they deserve from my grandmother. I'm just saying. How is it that a lot of y'all kids out there, a lot of y'all young kids out there, y'all around here holding grudges with y'all parents, go and talk about y'all parents to y'all friends, to the in-laws, to your other your boyfriend or your girlfriend people, going around here talking bad about your parents, about your mama and your daddy. And at the end of the day, they don't love y'all like that. They love you enough to hear what you're talking about because at the end of the day, birds of a feather flock together. But the minute you start acting some type of way, or the minute you really need something, then you're going to see them for who they really is. Because you think Jehovah going to let y'all get away with the shit that y'all doing to y'all parents? I'm just saying. Y'all think y'all getting away, but y'all only getting by. I'm a living testimony. I'm a living testimony. Can y'all shed a light to somebody? Because at the end of the day, everything that I did that wasn't justifiable, all the wrong I did, I paid for that. So y'all think y'all exempt? Y'all think y'all is better than me if y'all think y'all not going to pay for y'all sins. So I'm the only one going to pay for the stuff and pay for the stuff. I paid for all the stuff I did and some. So in y'all delusional mind, do y'all really think that y'all not going to pay for the shit that y'all did? Oh, I forgot, some of y'all think y'all special. Y'all the special man, let them have it. So y'all think you special and y'all in control to where everything that you did, you believe in your delusional mind that you not going to get that back. It might be a little, it might be a lot, but you're going to pay one way or another, sooner than later. At one time, karma used to take a long time to come back. Now, it's like yesterday. And sometimes it's a slow process because at the end of the day, he allow you to keep on digging until you dig the deep hole that you about to fall in. So if you somebody on these platforms that then did some shit to somebody and you ain't repent or you ain't ask for forgiveness or you ain't apologize, just know that your day coming soon. And another thing I say, all right, I've been talking about my car that I haven't had a whole year, right? I bought it from the dealership. It came from Mercedes. Who gonna speak for me? Who gonna speak for me? So just because I'm a lady in a wheelchair and I got a nice car and all that, but at the end of the day, the car not functioning the way it should be functioning. So if it's not functioning the way it should be functioning, if it got a malfunction to it, who gonna speak for me? Because they told me they not gonna do nothing about it. So if they ain't gonna do nothing about it, what I'm supposed to do about it? Just ride around in the car that I pay insurance for and all that and nothing be done about it? Because the white man who over Mercedes told me he was gonna get back with me in 4 weeks. He ain't got back with me yet. And this is the second time. And he asked me, what you want me to do? I said, I want you to do what's right. If the car got a malfunction to it, I don't give a damn how pretty it is. If it got any kind of malfunction, you supposed to do what's right. Treat me like you'll treat your kind. That's what I say. Hey, Pat. Treat me like you'll treat your kind. How many times I gotta pop up at the Mercedes place and ask y'all what y'all gonna do? Oh, we ain't gonna do, because when we got the best technician. So I don't give a damn about what y'all saying. Y'all got the best technician. Your best technician is not doing his job on my car. I only had for 8 months. So who's gonna speak for me? Because ain't nothing being done about it. I'm just saying, that's power right there. That's white power right there. That's white power. Oh, we got a woman in a Mercedes she bought from the dealership, and they say they ain't doing it, they ain't fixing it, and they ain't fixing it. I'm from New Orleans. They say they ain't fixing it, so they ain't fixing it. So I'm supposed to keep on paying for my insurance and all this stuff and all this, and y'all not gonna do nothing about a car I only had for 8 months. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Who gonna speak up for me? Because I feel like that's white power. I pull up, yeah, we got black salesmen. We got black salesmen that work there, but they're not in control. They can sell all the cars they want. The cars on that lot cost $200,000, close to $300,000, and you mean to tell me, oh, I'm not qualified to get my shit fixed right? Well, who's gonna speak up for me? That's white power right there. When somebody say, yeah, we know you bought it here. We know you, and it's still under warranty. So why my car not being fixed the way it should be fixed? It's a sensor probably going out. How many times I got to pop up? How many times I got to inconvenience myself? How many times I got to pop up and look in a white man's face and they tell me, we ain't doing nothing about it. We done had it over here full time and we ain't detect the problem. But I didn't show y'all. The salesman didn't show y'all because it did it to him. He didn't told y'all. I didn't filmed it. I didn't video it happen. I didn't video. I didn't got stuck in the rain and got sick. Because when I roll up to my car, my door is supposed to automatically open when my keys is right there, even if it's in my purse. So I rose up to my car and I'm getting wet because it's raining because my doors are not functioning the way that they should. And you mean to tell me who gonna fight for me? Who gonna stand up for me? Because we already know that the Mercedes dealership on Veteran is not owned by nobody black. That's for sure. That's white power. And we damn sure know the Mercedes place in Mandeville is not owned by black. That's white power too. So you mean to tell me we got the literal black woman that got a car that's malfunctioning and they ain't gonna do nothing about it? So how many times I gotta pop up? How many times I gotta go there? How many times I gotta pop up over there for somebody to tell me it's already in the database, it's already in the system how many times I brought my car to the dealership? And then when I try to go to another dealership, they say, all right, you're already in the system. So now you just to look at your car, you got to pay us $300 just to do a diagnosis. The devil is a lie. I ain't paying nobody nothing. Not for no car. They got a warranty on it. I'm just saying, right string, wrong yo-yo over here. If a car got a dysfunction about it, they're supposed to take care of that. And he talking about, oh, well, what you want me to do? Because he was supposed to do a buyback. Oh, well, you ain't qualified for the buyback, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to contact you in 4 weeks. Well, it been past 4 weeks. And I didn't talk to other people that had problems with other cars, and guess what? They got them out the car. So what is the problem? White power. Okay, I do that. So it's power. So it's inconvenient to me. I've been complaining, and it's already in a database how many times I already done been there. And then it goes, oh, well, I don't know. Well, if you decide you want to get another car or whatever, you have to. I ain't coming up with a dime. I got to come up with more money. The devil is a lie. For what reason? To pay for something that I got from y'all? That's what I'm saying. It's still white power. Just because they got, handful of black people that work there don't mean that they ain't got white power. Y'all not gonna mistreat me and handle me no any kind of way and think I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. So I was like, you know what? I recorded it again. And no, I didn't tell y'all. I was sick the other day because I got caught in the rain. And when I got to my car, the keys was right there in my purse, but the door wasn't unlocked. So the doors, when I have my keys could be sitting on my lap. I didn't record it. The keys sitting on my lap. If I pull up to my car with my keys sitting on my lap, my door's supposed to automatically unlock. The doors, all four of the doors, even the trunk. I'm not supposed to use my key fob to open the door. The door supposed to automatically. Once I put my hand to unlock the door have a sensor where the car's supposed to automatically unlock. And that's not happening. That's not happening. Oh, that's how we get treated. My sister had a Mercedes truck too. She brought her truck there. She said she paid $2,000 to get her car fixed. When she got it back, it started doing the same thing. It forced her to get out of her Mercedes and go to another dealership and get another car. They did her the same thing. So at the end of the day, they're not gonna make me think I'm the problem. Because at the end of the day, if my car was fixed the way it should be, I love my car. It's a beautiful car. But at the end of the day, if it's malfunctioning the way that it shouldn't be, I don't want it. I don't give a damn how beautiful it looks. It could look beautiful, but it's supposed to function the way it's supposed to function. That's just not no just ordinary car. That's a luxury car. And I'm with my brother, and I said, just touch the door, it's gonna unlock. Just touch it. And my brother said, well, it ain't unlocking. Well, damn, what kind of games they playing? I'm with other people, and I'm saying, just put your hand on it, it's gonna unlock. How you think that make me feel? And the reason why I got rid of my BMW truck is because it sits so high and it ain't have no grab on the driver's side. Other than that, I didn't have no problem with my truck. You mean to tell me I go get something else? I come from a utility vehicle, a SUV, to a car, and I'm having a problem with a car that I thought, yeah, I could pull myself in there, it sit low and all this shit kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it kind of make me feel like I should have just kept my truck. I wasn't like excited because it's a Benz because I didn't have Benz before. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give me a new Benz or whatever. And that's what I did. But at the end of the day, I'm starting to question myself, well, damn, man, if that's the case, you could have kept your truck. At least my truck wasn't giving me no problem. I started questioning myself, well, damn, at the end of the day, you ain't have no problem with your truck. And now you get a new Mercedes and you having problems with it. And then you go to the dealership and it done been there full time. And you mean to tell me they still let me go home? And when I get home 2-3 later, it doing 2-3 days later, it's still doing the same shit. That's what I'm saying. Who gonna speak up for me? So you mean to tell me we live in a world where somebody got to be unalived, black, something got to happen, or something bad got to happen for us to take our power back? Because it's plain as they showing me that, yeah, you got it from us, but you ain't got no authority. You ain't got no power over here. What happened to the customer's right? I spend my money there. So who gonna speak up for me? And who gonna get the job done for me? Because I done been there several times. And I know I can have a nasty attitude. So at the end of the day, I try to avoid confrontation. So I don't even go there because I know who I am. And I try to carry myself like the lady that I am, because I don't want to get out of character with nobody, because they always want to talk about we ignorant and we get ignorant. But at the end of the day, this some ignorant shit. I don't deserve that. I'm just saying. Then I buy the accessory, the hat, the jacket, the cup. And at the end of the day, that's the things I get, to be mistreated by a dealership that's making millions of dollars. I'm just saying. And then they talk about, oh, you probably need to get with somebody about a lemon law. It's beyond that. It's beyond a lemon law. Because it's stressing me the hell out. And I was in my feelings when I got wet and I had a fever. I'm just saying, since our people be caught up in their emotions and their feelings with being jealous of other people, but you don't know what people go through. You don't know what people deal with on a day-to-day basis, and y'all have animosity toward people, and y'all don't know what people really be dealing with. Y'all prey on people downfall because y'all don't want to see nobody have more than y'all. But the reason why y'all prey on people downfall is that somebody applied themselves. I applied myself to get that car out there. I sacrificed to get that car out there. You ain't doing shit. You ain't trying to do shit to get nothing, but you want something. But you don't want to see nobody else with nothing because you ain't doing shit to get nothing. Do something with your life. Stop being jealous of what other people have when you just sitting on your ass doing nothing. No, but I'm gonna make it my business to do something about it, because at the end of the day, I'm like, well, so certain things in life goes on. See, it's some other things that have happened that I don't really want to disclose when I was in Vegas. I don't want to really talk about that either, but it was something happened when I was in Vegas, and I don't know who some of these white people think they is, but they really got some of us black people really messed up. They really think they can talk to you any kind of way. They really think they can handle you any kind of way because they're behind a phone, or they behind a screen, or they behind technology. So they feel like they can handle you some type of way. I had to tell one lady over the phone, you know who you talking to? I don't know who you think you talking to, but you better buckle down. See, on the telephone, they hide behind the screen. They hide behind the internet, the screen. They hide behind the cell phone, and they feel like they can handle you any kind of way, talk to you any kind of way. But at the end of the day, I had to let her know, I don't know, Miss Lady, Miss Karen, I don't know who you think you talking to like that, but I'm going to hang up on you, and you need to call back and try that shit again. Because right string wrong, yo-yo over here. See that shit some of y'all think y'all could pull off? Like that shit y'all used to do back in the days? Y'all gonna have a whole way to go with some of us that's born in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. Now some of these little 99 to the 2000 and all them. I can't speak for some of them. But some of us that was born in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s going to the 90s, we something serious. Everybody ain't to be played with. We ain't live long for y'all to think that y'all can just handle us no any kind of way. People do what you let them do. And I ain't gonna lie, being in a chair, some of y'all ought to thank God, because I let a lot of y'all make it. A lot of y'all thought y'all got away with what y'all, the shit y'all did to me. I let y'all get away because I'm closer to Jehovah and I gave y'all to him. But don't get it twisted. I changed me for the better. Don't ever think you got over on taking nothing from me, on calling yourself using me, or in your mind. Don't ever don't ever try to make me think that you think you got over, because you didn't. I let you do what you did. I let you feel like you did something. But you ain't really do nothing. Because y'all know how far to go. Y'all go far as I let y'all go. But y'all know who to play with and how to play with it. Y'all talk all that shit all on the internet about people and all that shit down, but y'all know who to play with and who not to play with. As long as y'all don't bother me, I'm not going to bother y'all. Y'all stay in y'all lane and I'm going to stay in my lane. Y'all can stay whatever y'all want to stay, how y'all want to stay, when y'all want to stay, as long as y'all don't stay it to me. I don't care about nobody feeling some type of way about me. I don't care what y'all say about me. All that matters is how Jehovah feel about me and the person that I love and the person that loves me. That's all that matters. The people that I love, the people that love me, that's all that matters. The ones who don't love me, y'all relevant. And I'm not going to make y'all relevant by talking about y'all. I'm not wasting my time by talking about, I'm going to talk about y'all and waste my time for what? I'm not going to stop doing what Jehovah want me to do because less people be on the line. I ain't worrying about none of that either. The ones who is fine, the ones who ain't here is still fine. I ain't going to give up. But I see how this shit go. I see how y'all degrading the blind, the crippled, the great. I see how y'all talk down on people. So at the end of the day, what makes me exempt with y'all? Y'all talk about everybody. Some of y'all even talk about your own damn mama, your own damn that your own. So all y'all, some of y'all just delusional. Anytime I come on the internet and I talk about, if I get caught in my feelings, I might say a little thing about my family, this and that, but you ain't gonna never catch me degrading them, talking their business about how they living and what's going on in their household. I might say I'm mad with them, something like that, or something they did to me where I didn't, felt some type of way. But for as me telling y'all their business and all that shit there, I ain't gonna never take it there. So don't get it twisted about me and my family. But they know how I rock. They know not to play with me on certain shit. They know I ain't nothing to play with when it comes down to certain things. But at the end of the day, they know if they need me, I'm just a phone call away. I'm one of the real ones. I can't say that for everybody, but I'm one of the real ones. But the difference between me and a lot of things that's going on in the world, now I'm in the world and not of the world, and I know how to give it to God. And I know He's going to take care of it. On the other hand, I used to pull up and I'm on site. Now, what you say and what you going to do? Now I know how to use my head and I know how to think on you. And when a person sit back and think on you, now you got to worry about what they thinking about. That's why I said you got to be strong to be strong. For me, in order for me to be strong, I got to be strong. Because guess what? They got people out there will try to break you down if you let them. You got to stick your chest out. Even when you don't want to, you got to stand on all 10. Because if they get any little whiff of your weakness, they're going to play with you. So just because y'all did what y'all did, and I say, go ahead on, keep that. Go ahead on and do that. There ain't no sign of weakness. That's letting you know, I know you thought you got away or you played me, but go ahead on and keep that. because I know you're going to lose more than that. I know you're going to get that back. One thing I do know, that you can't mess over a child of God. A person that's living right, that's not out there in the wilderness. I'm one of his. And anybody that got love and compassion and love Jehovah without a shadow of doubt, that's the person that you don't want to put your hands on, neither your mouth. So whenever y'all do what y'all do, ain't got nothing to do with me. When y'all get y'all lick back, just know that you had to get that back. So at the end of the day, why should I be worrying about how other people living, or what other people saying, what they got going on? That ain't got nothing to do with me. I know what I promised Jehovah, and that's what I'm gonna continue to do. I don't give a damn about what y'all saying, who y'all talking about, who y'all gonna be with, who y'all sleeping with, who y'all eating, all that. That's y'all business. That's y'all life. Because when I'm unalive and gone, y'all still gonna be trying to find y'all way. But I bet you, when I leave this earth, it's some things that I say that y'all never forget. They're gonna be talking about me when I'm dead and gone. Miss Ann said this, Miss Ann said that, and it's gonna be something positive. When you leave this earth, what you gonna leave behind? Even though they're gonna talk good about you, they're gonna talk bad about you, but at the end of the day, the good gonna outweigh the bad. I'm gonna have a lot of good memory. People gonna remember me from being a warrior. What about y'all? What about y'all that's scared to tell y'all testimony and scared to talk to some young girl or some young boy and scared to tell them, you know what? I used to be there. I used to do this. I used to do that. And Jehovah brought me out. What about y'all? Why y'all so scared of y'all past? Because y'all worrying about how other people gonna judge y'all. Right, Pam. Y'all too caught up into worrying about how other people feel about y'all. It's so sad, the world that we live in. Everybody trying to impress the other people. Well, girl, let me impress her and them because they going to be looking. Yeah, they going to be looking. They always looking. But let me tell y'all what make me feel so good. Like when I go to the mall and stuff like that, when I go to different places, it be a lot of other beautiful women that always come up to me and say, you are so beautiful. Other phenomenal, beautiful women giving other women their crowns. When another woman come up to you and tell you, you beautiful, another queen, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing when another queen crown another queen, when she ain't hating on another queen, like some of y'all. This is who I am. Accept me for who I am. Or move around. Move around. Because at the end of the day, whether you want to be with me or not, guess what? I'm still going to be who God created me to be. And it's the best woman that you can ever have. A woman that loves God. Because a woman that loves God, she ain't trying to disappoint him by doing nothing she don't have no business doing. A man that loves Jehovah, he going to love you because he ain't trying to disappoint him. A man that then did everything, then been with all different type of women, pretty, all different type. The good, the bad, all different type. A man that then been there, done that, and now he ready to settle down and ready to draw closer to Jehovah. That's a man that's going to love you because he been there, done that. He know what it's like to have them type of women over there. And he done had all them women. He done had good women and bad women, like me. I done had good and bad. I chose the bad. Now, at the end of the day, he done settle me down and said, now it's time for you to reap the harvest. And my harvest, my ship is finally come. I'm just saying. And he said, you ain't too old. That's what he said. That's what they say. They say we too old. You too old for this. You too old for that. But every minute, every second, you getting old too. Every minute, every time I get a birthday, you get a birthday. When I'm getting older, you getting older. You're in your 30s. I'm in my 60s. I'm in my 70s. You're going to be in your 40s. I'm getting old. You getting old. See, but they got to get there. The thing is to get there. You got to get to be old. You either want to get there or you don't want to get it. And if you self-destruct, you're not going to get there. But if you jump over and you surrender and say, you know what? I will no longer be sinning and doing the things and go out there in the wilderness. I will no longer be hanging out, smoking this and doing that and all that. I don't want to do that no more. When you come on this side, I guarantee you there's a lot of peace, joy, and happiness. In spite of your imperfection, you're going to have your good days, your bad days. And I ain't saying no weapon ain't going to fall. Like he said, no weapon formed against you going to prosper. No weapon formed against you going to prosper. The weapon's going to form, but they ain't going to prosper. He wouldn't be who he said he is. He said he'll never leave us nor forsaken us. And I believe that without a shadow of doubt. He ain't never left me. I left him several times. Lord, I never do it again. I never do it again. Again. We always, Lord, I promise you, I never do it again. Here we go again. Lord, I promise you, I know I said I never do it again and I did it again. Lord, I promise you, I never do it again. Give me another chance. I'll never do it again. And here go a third time. Lord, I know I say I never do it again. I never say I'll do it again. I never say I'll do it again. Again. Please forgive me this time. I promise you I ain't going to do it again. This time is serious. Because you didn't bump your head. And he didn't show you. Now, this your third time. Now, he said, I forgive you 7 times, 7. But one of these times, I told you, don't take my love for granted. That's how some of y'all do us. That's how some of y'all do us. Y'all take our love for granted. And that, we got to fall back. We don't have no control. We don't have no control. What God about to do to a lot of y'all youngsters, we don't have no control. So don't call us somebody, oh, Mom, I'm sorry. No, take your lick. Dad, I'm so sorry. I should have listened to you. Mom, I'm so sorry. I should have listened to you. Take your lick. Mama still love you. Take your lick. Because I took mine. You got to take your lick. After you go through what you go through, and you calm down and realize, and you can say, Mama, I'm sorry. Daddy, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Put your pride aside. Like, you apologize to your spouse. You apologize to your wife or to your husband. The same way you give that apologize to your husband or your spouse or your wife, you need to give that same apology to your mother or your father. See, your husband or your wife is not your parent. It's called a husband or a wife. See, a husband can be replaced. A wife can be replaced. A mother or a father cannot be replaced as a husband or a wife. Your mother gonna always be your mother. Your father gonna always be your father. But your husband or your wife can be replaced with another husband or another wife. I'm just saying. You're not promised to be with your husband. You're not promised to be with your wife. That's why it's a such thing as a divorce. That's why it's a such thing as a divorce. There ain't no more ties. We don't have ties. The only ties y'all might have is the relationship with the children. But for us, y'all ties, y'all divorced. So, but one thing I'm thankful for sure, you can't replace your mother, neither your father, no matter what way you look at it. So y'all can keep on playing these little games with your spouse, your husbands and wife and all that shit there. The minute you and your husband or you and your wife get a divorce or y'all fall off or y'all no longer together, guess what? That's still your mother, that's still your father, and they still there. So you need to think before you talk about cutting your mom off because you got new in-laws. And you think your in-law is going to be there for you. But the minute y'all split up, you're going to see in-laws for who they really is. And you think once y'all split up, they still going to, some people consider you still as the in-law, but the relationship might not be the same. I'm just saying, people go their separate ways. And you be a has-been or used to be. Not, oh, she used to be. You don't even get the respect you should by being used to be. But people don't realize that you could be a used to be too. And what makes you think that they won't treat you the same way they treated the first wife? You think if y'all split up today tomorrow, you ain't gonna be a used to be too? Girl, please. Boy, please. Or you think they just treat her like that and you better not because you still there. But the minute he cut you off or she cut you off, your ass gonna be a used to be too. That's somehow some women think that they are so much better than other women. You better because now you are the wife. And you the other wife. But you forgot he had a wife before you, or a husband before you. Hey, Moon. I've been good. So now they had somebody before you, but you put yourself on a pedestal and forgot that it was a woman that was before you. But in your mind, that's my in-laws now, and I'm in and this and that. But the minute he or she cut your ass off, you're used to be too. Oh, hey, Claude. Well, you ain't sent me a message in a while. I was thinking about you. I'm just saying. See, people don't think about that. People don't think about. That's why I said you gotta put yourself in other people's shoes, even if you ain't in their shoe. You got to think, like, damn. Now all this didn't happen. She went through it. I wonder what I would do or how I would react if that had happened to me. A lot of y'all women don't think about that. All y'all think about, oh, well, Ann, well, she should have checked the man and she should have did this. That's what y'all say. Mm-hmm. But maybe if the man was there at the time, his ass would have got checked too. But he wasn't there. I'm just saying. So since some of y'all little delusional ass women out there got so much to say about relationship and talking about what another woman, if she should have would have did punking. So at the end of the day, what you would have did, you don't know what you would have did when your feelings is involved. When you in love with somebody and your emotions kick in, you don't know what you're going to do when somebody play with your feelings. When you got love for somebody and at this particular moment they hurt you or they deceive you and you didn't give them your all, and at this moment, now you out of your body. You done did some shit that you ain't even want to do. But all in the comments, y'all got so much to say. Oh, if I should have, would have, could have, I would have did this. I would have checked him. I wouldn't check the woman and all that kind. How many of y'all went to women's house and y'all ain't even married to the man? How many of y'all side bros went to the White House and checked the wife and you just the side chick? I'll wait. But yet and still y'all talk about what you would have did. Oh, I wouldn't have did this. Oh, I wouldn't have did that. You not me, and I'm not you. So what? I done did a lot of stuff I shouldn't have did, and I paid the price for that. And all of us done did some shit that we shouldn't have did. Show me somebody who ain't never did nothing. I wait. You show me somebody who ain't never did nothing in their life. They ain't never lied. They ain't never stole. They just perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. You can lie to some of the people some of the time, but you can't lie all the time. You can't come on my page, which is Ann May's page, and say, I ain't never lied or did in my life. You was a damn lie. And you don't need to be over here with that lying shit. You can go tell that lie to somebody else. Because at the end of the day, I know I wasn't perfect. I ain't never portrayed myself to be a perfect woman. But now I'm a phenomenal woman. Yes, I am. But ask me if I'm perfect? No. Ask me if I'm ever going to be perfect? No. Thank you, King. Never. I ain't never going to portray to be somebody that I'm not. I want to be the person that God created me to be now. When I was out there in the wilderness and all them young girls wanted to, I wanted to be just like you, Miss Ann. I wanted to be like you when I was a young girl. I didn't want to be like me when I was a young girl. Thank you, Queen. I didn't want to be like me. The person that I am now, that He created me to be now, is the best person I could ever be in my entire life. So what if I don't have a man? Oh, well. So what if I've been married 4 times? And out of all the 4 times, guess what? I was a good wife. Thank you, I was a good wife. That's D-Lo's. I would never get on here and degrade myself and make it seem like I was a good wife. I didn't want to be with men unless, like, when I changed my life completely and I know what marriage was all about, I'm like, for better or for worse, for sickness and health, I stood by my vows. I'm pulling one way and they pulling another way. And that's why I'm not with none of them right now. I chose not to live the way I was. The last one I was with, I thought, well, damn, he was one of my first boyfriends when we was in elementary school. Maybe this the one. Nah, he wasn't even the one. So we could get tricked. We could get pulled back into some shit that we thought was it, and it wasn't. But out of all the ones that I married outside the first one, he was the one that took my mind off the first one. He was the one only for a couple of months, temporarily. It was a setup. The enemy set me up into believing he was the one. And in our delusional mind, because we be delusional sometimes, and we go off of our emotions. And a lot of time I went off of my emotions. And everything that's good to you, that feel good to you, is not good for you. We always want the total opposite. We always attract the total opposite, thinking, oh, that's the one I want. Oh, he look good. He smell good. We always sizing a man up on the outside. See, I never thought about a man inside. I'm looking at how he smell. I'm looking at his shoes, looking at how he dressed, looking at how he talk. All the while, he not the one. The one is the one that don't know how to dress. The one is the one that's under the car, under the hood with them dirty fingernails. That's the one. But we so caught up into looking at the other one we looking at the wrong one. A lot of us then been deceived like that. And did I pray before I got married to these men? Yes, I did. I prayed and I told God, oh, I want a husband. And I got a husband. Thank you. I got several husbands. Now, was they the ones? No. But was I specific when I said, Lord, I want a husband? He gave me 1, 2, 3, and he gave me 4. And all I went out to do. So when you ask God for something, you got to be very mindful and specific on how you asking for it. Don't be, oh God, I want a husband, I want a family, this and that. He'll give you that husband. And then you're gonna be, the man that you get might be somebody else's husband, and now you won't get him back to the woman he was for. But no, that's what you asked for, right? That's what you asked for. You asked for another woman's husband, and God don't give you nobody else's husband. But that's what you want, and now you're trying to send him back. And now that's what you asked for. So the enemy brought back what you asked for. So when I asked for a husband, that's what I got. Right. He gave me 4. 3 times in the wheelchair. 1 time when I was walking. And some women been a bridesmaid, never been a bride. But yet and still they say, oh, you was the problem. No, I wasn't the problem. The problem was that I tried to build them and make them a better man and make them out of man, when at the end of the day, you can't raise a man. He got to be already being he got to be a man when you first get him. He said when a man finds a wife, that was mama's boys. It wasn't even fully developed. Oh, I thought I had something. Oh, I did. I thought I caught something. Did. Caught a lot of shit. Shit that I ain't even want to catch. But that's what we asked for. So you get what you asked for, but at the end of the day, now I'm older, I'm better, and I'm wiser. Now when I go to God, I know how to be specific. Look, God, this is what I want. This is exactly what I want. And this how I want it. And at the end of the day, only what you do for Christ gonna last. I want a man that done been there, done that, and he got his mind made up. And at the end of the day, I'm not building no more man. I'm not buying no more shoes for no man to walk out of my life again. I done bought too many pairs of shoes. And any more clean out the door. I'm just saying. And I ain't gonna say that because they'll be like discriminate. That I won't buy my next husband. I'll buy him. But I gotta think twice before I buy another pair of shoes. Is you gonna walk out the door with these shoes on? I'm just saying. I'm just asking. Because so far, everybody I done bought shoes from. Nikes, Jordans, Gators. Cole Hines. The Rubenstein brothers. They didn't walk out the door. Then came home and the shoes was gone, and the majority of the clothes, but the shoes was most definitely gone. I'm just saying, ladies, y'all got to be very mindful. Y'all be around here, y'all won't be married. All that shit fine and dandy. You're going down the aisle and you're looking pretty, and you're on the outside looking in. But at the end of the day, ain't nothing like you loving a man and he thinking about somebody else on your wedding day. You thinking it's all about you, but deep down inside, he ain't really want this to begin with. People play games with people's feelings. And that shit hurt. Really hurt. I guess it all boiled down to we really didn't know each other anyway. This shit hurt. Really hurt. Y'all wouldn't know the song. Some of the younger people wouldn't even know the song. But anyway, we always thought, Lord, be Pacific. When y'all start praying, y'all got to talk to God like one-on-one. Look, God, this going on. When y'all want something, y'all know how to talk to God, right? Y'all be like, Lord, look, I saw this house that I want. You think I can get it? You better ask God to make it where you can afford it. When you ask God for stuff, tell him to keep you living in your means. Don't live above your means. You got to be very mindful when you start asking God for stuff, because he gonna give it to you. You might have it for a month or two, but he gave it to you. So that means when we ask for stuff, we got to be very mindful and be specific. And practice what you preach. I didn't know that back then. Oh Lord, just get. I want to be married. I want a husband. Number one, Lord, I got children. I don't want a man in my house or my children. Husband number two had to go. Well, Lord, he wasn't right. You won't be with me? Oh, we got to be married because you ain't coming in over my children. We ain't playing house. Husband number three, he gone. Lord, here we go again. I'm going to try it again. Husband number four. Well, God damn, number four came with a baggage. Number four was treacherous. See, number one and number four, them two. Now the other two wasn't a problem. But we got number one and we got number four. Them two was the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst. Number one was a cheater. And number four was a cheater. Number two and number three ain't get time to cheat. But that number one and that number four was the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst. I don't wish them two on nobody. But number one wasn't all so bad, which I can say. If I had to put both of them together, I think if I had to say who was the worst out of number one and number four, I'm going to be honest. Number four was the worst. And the reason why I say number four was the worst because number four came home with something that he didn't have to give to me. Number one was in control of her, putting a firearm in her hand and almost unaliving me. Even though he cheated on me, and let's be clear, a lot of men cheat, but he didn't give her a pum and say, go unalive her. Ain't nobody gonna make me believe that because I know him. I live with him. She been having that pum. So if I had to choose again over number one and number four the worst, number four did me the worst. I'm just saying. Number two and number three, compulsive liars. I ain't give them a chance to do me no bad damage. But one and four, but it's okay. Because I prayed about it, gave it to God, and that's between them and God. But number four, the worst of the worst. And then was bored about it. And then continue to mess with other women and do all kind of other stuff behind it. So number one and number four, the worst of the worst, but one worse than the other. So women, y'all got to start praying more and thinking more. Praying more and thinking more. Stop overthinking. If a thought come to your mind, a crazy thought, you got to rebuke it. You got to rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Because we get thoughts in our mind that are out of our control. And the internet will have you going to sleep on some shit and you'll be like, well, damn, how I wind up over here. So we got to stop letting certain shit into our mind. That's why y'all tossing and turning and thinking about shit that you wake up and be like, well, why I had a dream about this? That's because We allowing too much stuff to enter into our brain. Every day, y'all should wake up and say, Lord, I thank you for another day. And give me the right mind and the right thoughts. Because stuff be coming to your mind and you be like, well, damn, what made me thought about that? Because some things are out of our control. So it's 9 o'clock. I love y'all. But again, the topic for the day, you got to be strong to be strong. The only way you can be strong is you got to be strong. You got to be strong to be strong. I am a living testimony. I got to be strong to be strong. I got to be strong to minister to y'all. Every day I come on here, I got to be strong enough to come on here, because when you come on here, you're dealing with multiple spirits. You're dealing with jealous spirits. You're dealing with envy spirits. You're dealing with people that love you and people that don't love you. You're dealing with people that like you and dislike you. You could tell by the likes and the views, because I be saying, why is it that y'all view people shit, but y'all, like, I wrote today is my son's birthday. They got more views than happy birthdays. What is the purpose? What is the purpose of you looking at something and ain't saying nothing? Do y'all not know that I see y'all? We can see y'all. We can see y'all looking at our shit. You got thousands of views and they ain't saying shit. Oh, well, I'm gonna just look at it. I'm gonna just sit here and look at it. But I ain't saying happy birthday. Why are you looking? Why are you looking? Do y'all not know we can see when y'all look at our shit? Oh, so you just staring. Oh, you just zoomed in because you wanted to see the outfit, like the outfit. But I ain't finna say happy birthday to her. I don't like her like that. Well, why are you here? And why are you zooming in? And why are you opening the picture up big so you can see the shoes, the shirt, the socks, the drawer? If you can see inside of the t-shirt, we see y'all looking. And y'all ain't saying shit. Wow. That speaks volume. Just keep on looking. Because one day y'all gonna see what y'all want to see. Just keep looking. Thank y'all for the followers, the new followers. Thank y'all for the love and support. But to the trolls and the pickaroos, we can see y'all. Do y'all not know that we can see y'all? We can see y'all looking and ain't saying shit. So y'all be blessed, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Happy birthday to my son, Laco. All facts. Mama love you. And they looking. They looking. Even though they ain't say happy birthday, they looking. Y'all be blessed. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good night, Linda. Good night, Nikki. Good night, y'all. Good night, y'all on TikTok. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.